I think we rolling. First live stream. So what's good? Steph from the High Moving Podcast. I'm bored. It's Saturday. Super Bowl is tomorrow. And I gotta say, man, this Super Bowl is probably gonna be the hardest one to pick. Honestly. There's a lot at line for this game. Um, I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes, he should be favored to win just because it's him, but I mean, I like the Niners too. The Niners got a defense. And if you look at the Niners, man, like I like this view better. Um, from every statistical category, they're number one in defense for passing, rushing, the same thing, right? The Chiefs are up there too. Like Chiefs are like what, top 10, top 12 or something like that. The question for me though ultimately is going to be like who's going to be able to adjust to the team's better defense, right? I mean, is Brock Purdy going to be able to adjust quicker to the Chiefs defense compared to Patrick Mahomes? I mean, Patrick Mahomes got his tail whooped in that Tampa Bay Super Bowl. So, I mean, there's no defense they can really throw at Patrick Mahomes that's really going to confuse him at this point in his career, honestly. So he's pretty good, man. But the NFL script, that to me, I got my tinfoil hat on. I think that script is real. The Swifties, Taylor Swift, all that stuff, I mean, NFL is really pushing for that. They got that viewership, they got the Swifty fans, all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she even made she might interfere with Usher's performance. How many times are they gonna pan to her? This is like the Taylor Swift Super Bowl, man. So they're really gonna be pushing for that, But I hope we get a good game overall. I'm gonna bet on this game, but I am not doing a pick'em game. The only thing for me that I would really do in this game is not take I'll probably be wrong on this one, but I'm just not comfortable with betting that total. I think they have it at 47 and a half total for the game. I don't like that. I wouldn't take the over on that. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think Chiefs probably win this game somewhere around 24-20, 27-20, right on that line. So, and then also too is this Super Bowl is also important too for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has been looked at as the best offensive mind in football, despite not having a quarterback. And listen, Brock Purdy's good. He still don't have a quarterback. Yeah, it's 47 and a half total for the points for this game. So, I mean, look, man, Kyle Shanahan, he's had Jimmy G. He tried the Trey Lance experience. I think he gave up too fast on Trey Lance. I don't think Trey Lance is as bad as people made it out to be. Time will tell once he gets an opportunity. But for Kyle Shanahan, he kind of reminds me a lot of Andy Reid. Andy Reid was going through the same thing when he was a head coach. In Philadelphia, going to NFC Championship after NFC Championship game, lost that Super Bowl in '04 to Tom Brady. And then he finally broke through when he had Patrick Mahomes, obviously, right? So for Kyle Shanahan, great offensive mind, everything that's cool and all, but that's all you're gonna be known for. Best offensive play call without a championship. I mean, we had back in the day. I mean, Mike Martz was considered one of the the greatest show on turf. The Rams team in 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Won a championship as an offensive coordinator, not as a head coach. I don't remember if he was ever a head coach. I know he was like a coordinator in Chicago for a bit. But I mean, he'll be in that category, but without a championship, though. I mean, he had his time to win a championship in Atlanta. Obviously, that was that 28-3 disaster. So, and also too is like, look, man, you elected to stick with Brock Purdy. You got rid of Trey Lance. You traded all those picks to get Trey Lance and everything like that. This is probably the best team. This is the best version. This is probably like everybody keeps saying like the Chiefs. Um, Let me see here. Everybody's saying that the Chiefs is what was that? I lost my train of thought. I got my cousin here to help me out real quick. But nah, everybody's saying that this version of the Chiefs is like the weakest version that they're gonna face Patrick Mahomes, right? So Patrick Mahomes is gonna get stronger in his career. Team will get better. Whether they make no roster changes, I think just by design they'll get better. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of it. Take advantage of the opportunity. It's a tall task for Brock Purdy and them boys. Chiefs definitely, 49ers definitely got the better skill position players. So, oh man, what's good? Van Lee in the chat. What's good, boss? Chiefs played 49ers last election year. I came back to say right, right. Man, Van Lee crazy, man. So, oh man, I mean, who you think's gonna win? Who you like?
49.
You like the Niners?
Yeah.
Why you like the Niners?
Man,
Listen, I like Debo. Debo for me, everybody gets see like everybody likes McCaffrey. McCaffrey won offensive player of the year, right? And deservingly so. And he could have gotten MVP considerations. And honestly, I wouldn't have knocked it if he had won it and Lamar didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when Lamar went to San Francisco and did a number on him, that was like the deciding factor, honestly. So yeah. But nah, man, Debo to me, and you saw how they looked. They sure when they didn't have Debo, was it Debo got knocked out that game against the Packers, right? And you saw how they looked.
yeah.
Suspect. Right. And I know McCaffrey is the better player. People will look at him, but for me, I feel like Debo is the actual engine. You know, just what he does. He's a running back playing wide receiver. So he's almost like I mean, I feel like McCaffrey and Debo are almost the same players. But Debo's just a better catcher. But McCaffrey's like the slightly better runner though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them type of things, man. This game is gonna be really hard to pick. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. My thing is listen, I think like from a name brand perspective, I think the Niners got the star-studded defense. You know, they got Fred Warner, Bosa, Young, Greenlaw. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a star-studded defense, right? But I think the Chiefs have a better scheme.
Yeah. No,
I think schematically they present better problems than the Niners, though.
This is going to boil down to what they can do in the margins. Like who's going to make the little small mistakes and who's going to take advantage of it.
Exactly. And Mahomes is tailor-made. He's seasoned enough now where he'll be able to get those weaknesses, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, all of a sudden the Chiefs receivers, they got hands now. They can catch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Early in the year, it was just dudes would drop. And Kadarius Toney, is it Kadarius Toney? Yeah, one of them hood rat receivers. He went on IG Live going off, and then he tried to backtrack, talking about like that. He was talking about the Giants when he was with the Giants. And you mad that you're not getting minutes?
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying. And he cost them a game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know if he's gonna play or not. Van Lee says 49er defense has tailed off the second half. Chiefs better defense. Yeah, I agree. They definitely look suspect against the Packers. They definitely look suspect against the Lions. I mean, that Lions game, at the start of that game, I wasn't shocked that the Lions would be competitive in that game. Right. I was shocked at how fast they got to that start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, yo, the Niners, I think the Niners really about to get dusted off the field. And they did in the first half. And then Dan Campbell did what towards the end of that first half, he didn't want to, he took the points instead of going for it, right? He took the field goal. Yep. And I was always under the mind, I was like, yo, you should, that was our opportunity to take that touchdown. Mm-hmm. Go for it, try to get, and they probably would have converted because they were rolling, right? Okay, cool. No, he takes the points, right? But then in the back of his mind, I felt like the rest in the second half, he was still thinking about his like decision making. Yeah. And not going for it in the first half, so he was trying to go for it again and again. It's like, no, first half of football, you take chances. Yep. Second half of football, if you're the team that's dominant or has been in the lead, insurance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mitigate the damages. Yep. And manage your way to the win.
Exactly.
Yep. That's it. If you have to kick field goals all the way through, but you're always up, hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? So, So anyways, though, the only star person on defense is Chris Jones for the Chiefs and their D lineman, right? That's going to be a good battle. The best offensive lineman for the 49ers is Trent Williams. Trent Williams played in D.C. For a bit.
He did?
Yeah, he played for the Commanders or Redskins, whatever. But he's a really good offensive tackle. He's pretty older though. He's 35, but he's still pretty good though, right? And so that's going to be an interesting battle. I know Jones. I wonder where they're gonna try to line him up more on the edges, out on the opposite direction of Trent, probably. Mm-hmm. So like I think that's going to be low key. That's going to be the real main battle of the Super Bowl. That trench play. You know, so Yeah, man. But nah, man. If the Chiefs do win, though, I mean, we got to really start looking at Patrick Mahomes. Like, listen. He's already a Mount Rushmore.
Mahomes era, man.
It is.
We
It
out of
is.
the Brady era. We out of
We
yeah,
barely had a sip of water. You know what I'm saying? And we're already literally transitioning
Yep.
um directly into the Patrick Mahomes era, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And we didn't think that nobody could like listen. I don't think they're gonna run off like the Patriots did,
Yep.
but I mean, for them to get as close, for any team to even sniff at it, we didn't think any team would be close to even sniffing at
Yeah.
this type of AFC domination at all. And we got this immediately. And you can make the case that the Mahomes era started year one. If you think about think at his second year, because he only played one game his rookie year in 2017. He started in 2018, right? But that AFC Championship game against Brady, the first one when Brady was still in New England, right? They lost that game because of a pre-snap penalty where the D lineman lined up off. He was slightly offsides, and they intercepted that. I think they intercepted the ball from Brady, and I think they ran it back. I forgot what it was. Yeah. So and he was lined up like barely, like you know,
A technicality.
it was a technicality, but like like that was one that was a potential another because they were gonna beat the Rams in that Super Bowl. Like if they got there, they would have won that. The one against Tampa, yeah, I don't like the one Mahomes lost against Tampa. That one was odd, just because of that year. The Bucks defense was really, really good, really good. And Mahomes, like they were missing like mad offensive linemen and stuff like that. You know, so it was like okay, and it was only like his third year starting, so I mean it was cool. I think his fourth year? Was it fourth year or third year? I think it was fourth year. I don't know. It was the 2020 season, so that was his second. No, that was his third year starting. Yeah. So no, but we're in the Mahomes era now, and now the question is like, and that's what annoys me with the whole Lamar Jackson conversation, right? Like everybody is like, oh well, Lamar, like okay, Lamar couldn't get into the. He has to win a playoff game. Not only wins a playoff game this year, but the playoff game you win, you're in the AFC Championship game, right? Yep. And then you're going up against Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's not. Everybody going to Patrick Mahomes is going to ruin a lot of people's careers.
Yeah.
You know, can Lamar Jackson get a championship? Yes. As a matter of fact, I think he'll get one, but I definitely think he'll get to the Super Bowl at some point, right? Lamar Jackson. Yeah, okay. Right. Sure. It'll take time because when Brady was going through everybody, like Peyton Manning, it was Peyton Manning, Tom Brady for a period, and eventually he got two.
Yeah,
he got two of them. Right. So Mahomes is not going to dominate getting the Super Bowl, getting back. You know what I'm saying? But what's going to happen is Mahomes has been a gatekeeper.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get through. You know, I'm a Steelers fan. Ben Roethlisberger, we got through twice.
Yep.
You know, and honestly, the thing is it's really not about Lamar having to get through Mahomes. It's some of that, but who's willing to do the dirt? See, when Peyton Manning broke through, he really had to go through Tom Brady. When we broke through, other teams did our dirty work for us.
Right.
The first year we won a Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger, the Denver Broncos actually beat the Patriots.
Yeah, you're right.
In 2008, when we won the Super Bowl, that was the year Tom Brady tore his ACL, ironically by the Chiefs. First year to see, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we went through, and our roadblock was the Baltimore Ravens, and we got through. So it's gonna take an injury to Mahomes, and I'm not wishing injury on Patrick Mahomes, but it's gonna take an injury to like Patrick Mahomes, right?
To get him out,
or another team to do the dirty work.
Yep.
You know, and then that's how a lot of these teams can get through. You know, when Aaron Rodgers, the year we got Super Bowl in 2010, the Jets beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. No, I'm sorry. The Jets had beat the Patriots, I think in the divisional round or whatever it was. And then we met the Jets in the AFC Championship game, and then we went to Super Bowl against the Packers, right? That Super Bowl annoyed me, but that's kind of how it's gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna have to either have a team that they're gonna run up against. It's a bad matchup, and then okay, cool, they're out the way. Now Lamar can face like Josh Allen or like a Joe Burrow, somebody else that hasn't proven it on the big scale like Patrick Mahomes has. So, but anyway, back to the game though, man. So you like the 49ers. I like the Chiefs because I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game overall anyway. So, yeah, man. The defense, like, it's funny because, like, the 49ers defense, they've been in the top category all year. But these past few games, though, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And Steve Wilks, Steve Wilks is the black defensive coordinator for the 49ers. If they lost that game to Detroit, I think he would have gotten fired. I know. And it would have been a bad look too, considering that the 49ers hire like they got so the 40 apparently NFL owners are upset with the Niners because they hire a lot of minorities.
Wasn't he somewhere else before?
Steve Wilks was the head coach of he was Carolina, and prior he was the head coach. I think
Arizona?
he had the Cardinals, right? Steve Wilks got okay. To be fair to Steve Wilks, he was done dirty out here in Arizona. He was, right? They got him Josh Rosen, and they were not a good team. He got fired after one season, which is crazy. He becomes an interim later on. He was like the interim coach at Carolina. Team looks like they're starting to play well.
Yeah.
The owner over there is a little cuckoo, so they didn't want to rock with him anymore.
Yeah.
So he got the job for the 49ers, and as defensive coordinator, and D'Amico Ryan's the head coach of the Houston Texans. He was their defensive coordinator last year, and D'Amico Ryan did a great job. And the only reason why the Niners really didn't go anywhere because Brock Purdy got hurt in the NFC Championship game, like second play, whatever it was. He hurt his arm, right? So it was weird. But yeah, so, but nah, Steve Wilks, like early in the year, they were like on a 3-game slide. You know, Kyle Shanahan, the head coach, was questioning Wilks' defensive schemes and all that type of stuff. Wilks was calling games in the booth, right? And they made him, hey, you know how you working? Someone was like, hey, you working from home, and your manager like, hey man, hey, I need more visibility. Right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need you to come home. I need you to come on down with that playbook next to me.
Return to the office,
Yeah, pandemic over. Hey, so they did that to Steve Wilks. Hey, you got to come down to the sideline, yo. Which is crazy though, man.
Calling plays with chicken wing.
Yeah, for real, man. Black and mild and chicken wing in his mouth, yeah, But nah, so he was on the hot seat, and I don't think it was fair to him. Because he is a good defensive coordinator and he should be a head coach, but he would have definitely gotten fired. But it would have been funny if he had gotten fired if they had lost to Detroit, because the 49ers, apparently owners are mad at the 49ers because they hire the most minority coaches and not coaches, people in position, like on their staff, right? Yep. And what the NFL did was they said that, hey, like this is like they enacted this a couple years ago. They were like, hey, if you hire minority coaches, you get compensatory picks, like basically additional draft picks. Right. So the 49ers have collected a whole bunch of draft picks, compensatory picks, and other NFL owners, a few of them, they were anonymous, but they weren't happy about that. But I'm thinking like, okay, well, no one wants to be the owner to be like, oh, you're hiring all these black folks.
Right.
Nah. Well, if you guys were actually vetting minority candidates, not that you got to hire them because they're black. Nobody. We don't want we don't need charity. What it is are we actually getting viewed? And then okay, fine. You've been a coach for 10 years. Your teams have been in the playoffs. You've shown that you've developed and but then you pick a guy who's been a special teams coach for 3 months to be the head coach. Right. It's like, well, what was the whole? You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that. Now, if you pick a guy who we had the same resume, but you just like him better, okay, cool. But our merits are tick for tack, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now the 49ers, they speaking of that, they had the head coach, and it was funny too because the head coach for the Dolphins, if you look him up, look up who the head coach is for the Dolphins. He was on a 49ers staff a couple years ago, right?
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. So apparently he's black. Now, I'm not doing color, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing color. I know. I'm not doing color. I'm not doing colorism, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that, right? But apparently when the Miami Dolphins hired him, he was allowed, the Dolphins got compensatory picks because he is technically black. They're not hiring.
I don't think the one drop rule is in effect anymore.
The one drop rule, And he's a good coach. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yo, if I didn't know him, would I be wrong to assume? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he was part of the 49ers staff, right? So he was a minority hire for them. You know, D'Amico Ryan, Steve Wilkes. So they claim, and I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, other teams can do it too.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, it's another strategy, another thing to keep in your pocket, if you want to say, if you're an owner.
Right.
You know.
Right. So, but you think this game is gonna be fixed? You think the game is fixed in some capacity?
In some capacity,
Because this year's been the script. Everybody's been talking about that script. Like, just coincidence. Like, I bet on. I was betting on these games, and a lot of times, I remember there was one game I was talking to my boy Embry back east, right? So there was a. I think it was the Lions. I think it was the Seahawks and Cowboys game. I think. And I had a Pollard in one of my parlays for a touchdown, right? And they get the ball like in the red zone, and then Pollard runs it all the way down to the 1, right? I'm like, oh, they on the goal line. Yo, I was like, oh, they about to give it right back to Pollard.
Yeah, all you gotta do is
layup, right? Parlay, good. That parlay would have got me about $300, whatever Pollard had scored, right? They bring in some Dwaddle. What is it? What is the who's the Cowboys running back? Oh man, who's that Cowboys running back? They bring him in. Rico. They bring this dude in to run the ball, right? I don't. He's not a name brand. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen him.
You right, and I didn't really know about him until that game. Yeah. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, why are they bringing him in? They brought him in, and he got the touchdown. You know, and I'm just thinking like, what was the scheme in that? You know, they lined up with just him in the backfield, so the defense knows it's going to be a run play. You know, so he gets the touchdown. I was going off. I was like, yo, I'm like, give it to Pollard. What Pollard's cooking? And then the NFL they do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's like these decisions, these weird off decisions have been made more since sports betting has been absolutely.
Oh yeah. So him coming in to score that touchdown paid off a kid's mortgage and their scholarship, probably.
Like because like the probability of that happening was.
Dude, if I had if I had him scoring instead of Pollard, that parlay would have shot up from making $400 to $900.
Oh man.
The odds were insane on him, especially when you combine it with the other parlays, with the other props I had within that parlay, and then you add Dowdle in there. You know what I'm saying? So so you talk about the script, it's kind of like, and I think in this Super Bowl, like, okay, a conservative, like for me, I think it's going to be scripted. I think like, look, man, like Travis Kelce has to get a touchdown. He has to, because it's Taylor Swift, so they can pan to Taylor Swift, right? Mm-hmm. She's going to have to get a touchdown. Okay. And then I think like, okay, like the safe ones, like, okay, Kelce a touchdown, Pacheco the running back a touchdown, right? And then it gets tricky between Valdez-Scantling, Rashid Rice, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then Noah Gray, the other tight end. So you can make a conservative parlay with the known guys, and then you make like a wild one with guys like Gray and, you know, if Kadarius Toney played, Kadarius Toney with a touchdown, right? And then on the 49ers side, it's pick your poison. You got Debo, Ayuk, Kittles, McCaffrey, even Brock Purdy for a rushing touchdown. You can make some crazy parlays on there. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing is I'm not gonna go to. I'll make one of those crazy parlays, but at the same time, I'm gonna make like a really conservative one, low scoring, probably Mahomes 30 rush yards, Purdy 20 plus rush yards. No one throws for 300 yards in this game, right? No one's gonna throw for 300. I don't think. And yeah,
I think it's gonna boil down to one, the refs.
Yes. Oh, you know the refs are
Refs
gonna.
be dirty, man.
So there's another. That's
They
another.
be
That's
dirty.
that's another element of the game.
Like-
Like the refs are gonna be part. The refs are gonna be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The refs are gonna.
You know?
The refs are gonna definitely insert themselves in there.
Yeah.
You know, there's gonna be a untimely holding call.
Yep.
You know, an untimely PI.
Yep.
That's gonna move the ball to the side of the game.
Yep.
Oh yes, I would hate, but we are. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what's gonna like? I hate the talk is gonna be about penalties. In these big it's always like that's what's gonna happen.
It's always some
Either
technicality.
a penalty is gonna rob the Niners of a championship, or vice versa, right? For the Chiefs.
Yep.
But I feel like a penalty will rob. It's more probable that a key penalty will happen on the Niners than on the Chiefs.
Like it would not surprise me if the refs at their little startup huddle or whatever they do it. They're like,
In the little meetings,
yeah,
they got the script. They're going through the screenplay.
yeah, exactly. They have a whole dress rehearsal.
A whole dress rehearsal.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they got to make it dramatic. Okay, Mahomes is gonna fake an injury. He's gonna go to the locker room. He's gonna come back and the heroics.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, crazy, man. Nah, it should be a good game though. Hopefully the refs stay out of it. You know, but they're gonna be a big factor. They're gonna be a huge factor in this game. You know, so. I wonder, like, you know, I saw some prop bets for Taylor Swift. They were like, how many times, what's the over under on how many times it was they're gonna show Taylor Swift on the camera.
On the camera.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna say, oh yeah, they got like fans can wager on what color lipstick she's wearing, all that type of stuff. Like a lot of crazy stuff. Weird.
Yeah,
That
like-
okay. So this is funny. Okay. Let me see. This is silly. This is dumb.
She is definitely
Bet on Taylor Swift. This is stupid. This is that script, dog. Okay, see if y'all can't see. Okay, so this first one, it says Taylor's lipstick, any other color plus 600. That's not happening. You'd be stupid to bet against that. Chiefs coach Henry mentions Swift in the speech. Plus 1,000. Nope. Yeah, okay. This Trump mentions Taylor on. Yo, this is a cool table though. I like this table. This is funny. How long after kickoff Taylor is shown? Under 7.5 minutes or over? I'm taking under. Oh, you under, right?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna make a lot of money. I don't think. Maybe that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time not to have her on there, because the moment they show her, right, that's more that's more viewership. Of course. Will Taylor mouth a curse word? No.
She, man.
No, this vanilla. She is, and you know what's funny? This whole relationship thing. I'm surprised this thing is even real.
Yeah. Right.
If you seen Kelsey, who he's dated in the past.
Yeah. Didn't he like black women? If I'm not mistaken, right? You know?
Travis Kelsey comes across as one of those dudes. I'm not saying he code switches. I think that's who he is. I think he's one of them. He's one of them white boys that's cool with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them cookout type of homies.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm scratching my head now. Look at him differently. You know, he's rocking the fade. He got the earrings. He's, you know what I'm saying? He got the different type of hats, the brims and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
Rocking the Timbs, the flaps out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. And then you dating the most basic vanilla cardboard backside,
White girl. Yeah.
you know, who every relationship she writes a song about,
Yep.
She's 34 years old, still single, you know, and this is who you choose. You know what I'm saying? And then I think like I felt like the dog, I feel like the dog in him was like, yo, I could bag Taylor real quick, and then I'm out. I'm in. Hey yo, I'm in. I'm in. I'm out. I'm gone. Right. I got Taylor. I got her. I'm good. I'm out of
The
here.
next album gonna be fire.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Now it's gone to the point of no return now.
Yeah.
It is too deep
Yep.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
He has no safety valve. There's no relief valve from this at all. The NFL has latched onto this, and they are cashing in big time.
Yeah. She's
she's the face of the Kansas City Chiefs now. It's not Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
It's not Kelsey. It's not Andy Reid.
Nope.
It is Taylor Swift. She is the face now of the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs, which is sickening, honestly. But the NFL, they're in the bottom line business, so they're gonna do what's best for the bottom line. But the Taylor Swift machine is already going.
Yep.
Travis Kelce is
like
part of that machine.
Wouldn't surprise me. They pull him aside, like, look, boy, don't mess this up.
Don't mess his bag up. Hey, yo, don't F the bag. Hey, don't F the bag up, right? Right. Hey, yo, don't F. Hey, look here. Hey, look here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Now you go along with this blonde girl. Mm-hmm. She's making us a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? She'll probably perform at the next Super Bowl, honestly.
Yeah, true.
That's what it's looking like. So, yeah, that's crazy though, man. Nah, they lash on to this. So all those prop bets are funny though, man. But it's like I don't see them on any of the sports books I use. So I don't know where where those bets are. Probably like Bravado or whatever. Those off seas, those all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those offshores. Betting houses and whatnot. You gotta use like a VPN to get in there and that type of stuff, man. So, oh man, we're talking about a lot of stuff, man. So it should be it's gonna be interesting, man. This is gonna be a very unique game for a lot of reasons. There's a lot at stake here, just from, like I said, just Patrick Mahomes from a legacy standpoint. And Kyle Shanahan as the coach, as he is considered the godfather of this. A lot of coaches had came from his tree.
Yeah.
But there's a guy in this division, Sean McVay, who came in there and in a couple years won a championship in a few years, and Kyle Shanahan hasn't done that. You know what I'm saying? So there is that aspect of it. So we shall see. But yeah. Oh man. And then but yeah, man. Like, so anyways though, but yeah, like I said, if Mahomes gets his third, yeah, it's the Mahomes era. Like, he's already a Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Oh yeah.
There's really, like, a lot of the conversation is kind of like, yo, is he the GOAT, right? And it's like, yeah. And people are like, well, what about Joe Montana from the Niners? Listen, man, Joe's nice.
Yeah.
He ain't play like Mahomes. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can, I feel like, yes, you can. I feel like Mahomes can be the GOAT.
He could be in that conversation.
And usurp, even if he doesn't win tomorrow.
Right.
He could still be viewed as the GOAT better than Montana.
He could be in that conversation. Like, think
about this, right? I need to look it up. But I wonder if did Montana have Jerry Rice for all 4 Super Bowls, right? He loses Tyreek, wins last. He didn't have Tyreek. Tyreek. He doesn't have. He goes back again without Tyreek. There's no household name for the receivers on the Chiefs. There's nobody like that, Right.
True, yeah. But yeah, I think he could definitely be in that conversation. I would say obviously Brady, Mahomes.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks is like, and I'm not going back to like, you know, Johnny Unitas and Roger Staubach. No disrespect to those guys. I mean, I get the game is just like you could put you can't take Mahomes and put him. You can't take Mahomes and you can take Mahomes and put him in those areas and he'll dominate, right? But you can't take those guys and put him. And you know what's funny thing is Troy Aikman for the Dallas Cowboys has 3 championships, right? And nobody really talks about him as being like an all-time great quarterback, right? Well, Mike Vick has a 1.
Yeah, but he had.
So
He played though.
And Lamar Jackson pretty much kind of like he's taken over that slot, the Mike Vick, like that type of quarterback. It's Lamar Jackson and nobody else.
Friendly UAV on station.
You know, so getting kicked, but yeah, but nah, it's like so for me it's like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and Patrick Mahomes. Now, I'm a Steelers fan. I know, like, I wasn't around the 70s when Terry Bradshaw won 4 championships, but Terry Bradshaw wasn't, like, this game changer, and he's won the MVPs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't look, like, it's the 70s. It was hard football. You know, it was cold. It was brutal. You know, guys were working 9 to 5s, then playing in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just a different kind of football.
Hostile UAV
And
in
it
the
wasn't,
area.
you know, this much like sports science and everything.
Right. Absolutely. Not a lot. No, none of that. The way the players train, everything, the way they break down. So I get it. Athletes today have like a better advantage. I understand that, but at the same time, though, the talent is a talent. You know, there's a lot of guys that got the same kind of resources that Mahomes got, and they're not producing. You know, and Mahomes has stayed healthy. That's the thing too. Like. I'm looking at the wrong guy.
Going Kansas City. Going 49.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kansas City all the way. Yeah, just because of I like the fact that I like the Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator. I believe that's the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. His schemes are very difficult. Brock Purdy is gonna have to be able to process zone, man, all that the exotic blitzes. He likes to blitz. You know, if Purdy wants it, and they're going to be prepared for Brock. So against the Detroit line, Purdy will start to use his legs in the second half. I think Purdy had like 50 yards rushing. You're going to have something for that.
yeah.
They're going to lay some wood on him.
Yeah.
You know, and the quarterback to likely get knocked out. And we're not talking about this, that Purdy can get knocked out of a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible. So, you know, we shall see.
We shall see. Definitely. I'm interested to see like what the parlays and everything are going to be for the month.
There's a lot of, I mean, there's some, like, they have a lot of cool player props, obviously, like the popular players, like,
Yeah.
you know, Debo for a touchdown, you know, Mahomes for rushing yards, stuff like that. Yeah, those are cool, but you also got to make another one that's, like, really conservative in case the game goes crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say crazy, it's not exciting like we think it's going to be. This might be a 17-13 game going into the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With with each player possibly having an interception or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I can see that.
So, you know, and just because another thing too is like just because the game is really good defensively, it really doesn't mean that's a bad game per se, right?
Honestly, I mean,
Of course, of course.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed. Hostile UAV in the area.
Yeah, so speaking of Vegas, right? It was so we got everybody's doing the waste management out here and stuff like. Yo, Vegas is cold right now though too. Like it's colder than Phoenix.
Kill confirmed.
yeah, like,
And everybody's like, "Are you going to the Open? Are you going to?" I'm like, "Bruh." I'm like, last year I went. It was the best time. It was like 70 degrees. It was easy. This year it was like it's in the 50s. It's been raining all week. Like there was nothing exciting about going. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be cold, it's dreary, bunch of bougie chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the lines are long still. People are going though. They're going because it's the best. It's the biggest thing to do this weekend. Last year the Super Bowl was here, so it made sense to like you do the Open, and then you cap your weekend off. Super Bowl parties and whatnot, or if you had money to go to the game. Oh, another funny thing I saw too is that a lot of players and their families, they're not getting a suite. No, at the game because Vegas they're charging like $300,000-$600,000 for a suite. So a lot of their family are just gonna be sitting in the stands like regular folks. See, and once the Super Bowl is gonna be in Vegas, I knew things were just gonna be overkill, expensive. Like it wasn't gonna make any sense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? It was like yo, you paying $600,000 for a suite? Does that include hotel, stay, travel, Nah.
that's just for the game. Like,
You talk about someone's life pension being worth a Super Bowl game. That's crazy. I mean, yo, the most I'd pay a grand or two for a ticket if it's really if I really wanted to go. You know what I'm saying?
but I mean, it's the same thing with the
Hostile
Open,
UAV in the area.
the way they said.
Oh, the Open. Well, so what it is my company. They had we had a partnership with another company that gave us a sweet bracelet. So I went last year with a sweet bracelet, and that's where you want. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be in Gen Pop. Gen Pop at the Open with the waste management. That's not the move. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny too because they see with your bracelet, it's like a flex. Someone's like, I got access, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But going as Gen Pop, but see, when I went 4 years ago in general population, tickets like $35. General tickets now $100. $100, and it's cold, it's rainy, and that don't include food and drink or nothing like that.
Like,
You ain't.
$100 out there.
Yeah, you ain't getting no honeys. All the girls all bougied up. You're not. They're not talking to you. They with their little groups. They're talking to the rich guys that are there. You're out. You know what I'm saying? And then even when you have a bracelet in there, that's a whole different level of game.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a we're taking the jet out.
Right? Yeah. Y'all welcome to join. And I'll be like, hey, can I come? Who are you? The girl can come, not me. You know what I'm saying?
Jet out.
You got no value. You got you got yeah. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Jeez, man. Nah, it was because last year, dude, I hated when the Super Bowl was here last year. It was such a mess. I went to Gilbert to hang out. I didn't even hang out in the Old Town. I was just like, it was,
Old Town crazy between tonight.
oh, it's gonna be tonight. People hit me up now. Like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm going to bed. Going to bed. Going to ESA. Yeah.
Crazy. Traffic is so loud. Westgate is rough.
Probably. Westgate's about to be insane.
There's three things that's in town this weekend. You got fraud, you got
Oh,
management,
and Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was talking to people that were like they're gonna be going to. I need to hit up my friend. I'll hit up Corey when we get there. Yeah, no, he's probably already. He's big in the motocross, and he showed me his bikes and stuff too. Yeah, you'll like to have a conversation with him now. He's real cool. But
So active.
But yeah, he's probably doing all the pre-events and stuff like that.
Enemy UAV active.
Taking effective fire.
Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
Oh man, I had a pistol out. Crap. But yeah, there's a lot of events going on though, a lot. So
It's great because this is like the weekend. I'm just trying to be chill.
it is the weekend to be chill. Yeah, man. Like it's gonna be expensive too. It's cold outside. You spending money. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got no leads.
Yeah.
You got no real leads and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Capture position station.
Now I went to the gym yesterday. It was like nobody in there. A couple of the homies I saw, they were like, "Man, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "No, I'm chilling. It's good." He's like, "Oh, you in here?" "Yeah, man. Like, I'm not out in the festivities. You know, acting a fool. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. I'm inside. I'm a good, church mouse."
Hostile SAE near your position.
Taking fire.
Man, I'm getting messed up over here badly.
Contact.
Tag secure.
Changing back.
Confirmed.
Nah, so this is my first live stream, so I was nervous about getting on live stream anyway. I was just like, why not? I want to start doing it anyway, but I think it went bad. I'm glad you was here, honestly. It's always easier when you have someone like talking. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to carry conversations when you're just like the main. I mean, I do it for my main vids that I do
Approaching target.
and stuff like that. Like, it's cool because I know what I'm going to say. It's not scripted, but I have, it's easy to just kind of get in the flow of things. But then when you're going live, you got to keep stuff going. So, oh, my guy, Hitman says salute. What up, Hitman? So, Hitman was one of my first subscribers early on. When I started talking more about sports.
Yeah.
And he's out. He does some Phoenix vids. He's out in Arizona, too. So, I appreciate you, Hitman. Good seeing you. I'll do one more game. Yeah. Yeah, what you got though, man? What else is new?
Want to talk about that O.J. Simpson?
Oh, dog. Fam, yo, OJ, bro. dog. So apparently, like, he was denying that he has pancreatic cancer and getting treatment. Apparently, he was denying that he was in hospice care or whatever, right? So he makes a video in his car, like he's all good, and like, listen, like OJ is 76 years old now, okay, and at this point in life, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we'd be blessed to make it to 76, right? Okay. He had the luxury of avoiding one of the biggest offenses you can have in this country, right? You cannot convince me that he did not do it. I'm sorry. Who would a crime like that? If you look at the details and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's a crime of passion.
Mm-hmm.
That was, who else? At that time, at the time, OJ is like 48, so he can still move. He ain't no weak 48. You know what I'm saying? He still got his NFL muscles and everything. So, listen. At the end of the day, time has passed.
Hard point.
You about to die.
Secure the target.
Come clean. But OJ, over the years, he just, that charismatic smile. He didn't do any. He's like, and he will never bring it up though. Like if anybody tries to talk about it, he will never, And I don't know how someone can live their life and go and take that to the grave. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a chance. You have one last chance. You have one last chance to make some good, right? You have one last chance to make good. not that it's going to change anything, but at least just acknowledge it so it can be in the history books. You know, OJ eventually is. So when there's a documentary or movie about it, the second part, right? The second OJ movie where he got in trouble in Vegas and everything like that. You know, eventually at the end of the movie, like eventually OJ came clean, right? And then died. You know, right? You know. Nah, and he's on. You know, Mason Cameron got a podcast, so he's on there contributing to content. I'm just sitting there like, bruh. I'm just like, and it's crazy too because, like, OJ played at USC, right? California, and then he goes to Buffalo, and you know how cold Buffalo is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buffalo is basically Canada in a lot of ways, you know. Dog, if you look up his, just look up, go on his Wikipedia, see how many Russian titles this dude won. This dude was a monster running back, you know. Played in one of the toughest eras in the NFL, right? And they don't dare utter his name when it comes to the pen. Oh no. There's like a gag order. There's a gag order on OJ, right? Like the media just will never bring his name up, and that's OJ's fault though. You know,
He played what?
only it didn't like he had this crazy, like that's a lot for NFL. But I mean, it wasn't like he played like 10, 15 years, 15 years, and I'm like nah. But he was dominant. He was a dominating running back, and he was good. And if you look at OJ's build, he wasn't like this big, overpowering running back, but he was so good. You know. But yeah, I think there's so many people just waiting for him to drop dead. They just want to get rid of OJ, you know. And my thing is like for OJ's thing is like, yo, like for your conscience, for your mind, like, just it's not they're not gonna lock you up. There's no double jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? So it's over. Like if he's trying to save his pride and dignity and face or whatever, like that's over with, bro. That's over with.
Dropping ammo here.
The Juice Man, right?
Yeah, Jagger.
Man, running in Dyson. Oof. Juice is on the the Juice is on the loose. Boy, was he on the loose, man. And back then, you couldn't tell OJ nothing. He was arrogant as hell. Arrogant.
Reloading.
Confirming next hard point. Stand by. Target area updated. Move to the hard point.
Stay alive.
It was rough, bro. It was brutal. It was brutal. It was brutal. Don't even get me started on basketball in the 80s and that. Oh my God. Like just the.
Watch your fire.
Hard point compromised. Secure the area.
When you hear stories about, getting robbed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Grenade out.
It's a lot, man. Thank God they can thank God there was no social media back then. Like literally, like they can be very appreciative. Yeah, man. But I mean, hell of a career though, man. But it's time to come clean, brother. Time to come clean. It's time to come clean, man. It's you've held this secret as long as anybody, and I commend him. Like he should this should be like the Hall of Fame of liars. Oh, OJ's on there. OJ's on there. Oh yeah. To hold a lie that long, I commend. Like what I'm saying, like that's definitely commendable for sure. Like most people, that kind, not just any lie. That kind of lie. That kind of lie. Yes.
In this case, the fact that he kind of wanted to tell
If I did it, if I did it, if like, mother bleep, if you did, what you mean? you did, sir. If I
did it.
the arrogance to write that book, the arrogance to just let it go, man. Some things are just, it's one of the things like, all right, y'all got me, man. Like, I want to repent.
That's a borderline like 6'9".
He was the originator of the trolling.
Yeah, he was the original troll. Like,
The glove was yours. The Bruno Magli shoes was yours. The footprint matched the Bruno Magli shoes you wore. Like, bro, like. Oh, like, and that's the thing is, like, a crime like that could never get away. Like, with the amount of surveillance cameras we have this day and age and stuff, and like, just better DNA technology and stuff like that wouldn't have worked. You know, and even in the 90s, it still shouldn't have worked. It wasn't that like that archaic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
DNA, the way they triangulate your like cell phone stuff.
oh, dog, oh, you done?
You know what I'm saying? Like all this little small stuff.
You're basically on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like your transaction, your bank statement, your transaction histories, all that stuff.
You're done.
Yo, I'm getting worked in this game over. But yeah, no, you're done. You know what I'm saying? It's picture wrap for you. Oh, how's it look so far? Okay, does it look better? I got a question. Does it look better than last time? A lot better. Okay, I increased like I had to do like the bid. I did some tweaking, man. I was in the lab. You know what I'm saying? Like I know when I changed my setup, people were like, man, he got a new setup now. He's like, I wonder what all that stuff in the background. I was like, eventually, yeah. I mean, I wanted to get into stream eventually. Oh, it is? Oh, mine is? Oh, okay. Oh, when you started. Oh, you said you tried to. It started. Oh. Man, it's probably freeze for other people too. I wonder how it looks. Hey, you see if you get on your phone, see what it look like. This is like the first trial run anyway, so. I wonder if it's still freezing.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Point compromised. Secure the friendly mosquito deployed. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV active. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Yes. Oh no. Let's look on your phone. Same thing. Oh, it's not stuttering. I got a question. Probably the playback because I have it on. You know, I'm doing a 1440p stream, so I wonder. Are you doing it like what do it look like if you set like 1080p or something like that? Yo, there's too many cameras. I'm about to quit this game. And how's it look on the phone? Oh, okay. That was good. It took me a while to tweak like everything. Like I was doing a lot of private sessions, so. Everybody just runs around with this stupid knife on here. Oh, I was about to lose this game. Oh, I'm about to lose it. Oh, I did? Nice. Okay, cool. We'll be out here. was like, I need to stream content for an hour while I keep talking. You know what I'm saying?
Relocated. Enemies inside the perimeter. Friendly mosquito active. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Secure the enemies taking the lead.
Oh, we're about to lose. Seriously, lose this.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Where's the next hard point? Where's the?
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Reloading.
Enemies inside the perimeter. From the next hardpoint. Area updated. Move to the hardpoint. UAV in the area.
Oh, we lost by 3. God.
Mission failed.
Oh.
Base.
It was cool. I appreciate you hanging around doing this. I'm about to be out of here, man. That was cool. Oh, man. Well, thank y'all, good peoples. Appreciate y'all if y'all are watching the stream, man. This wasn't a serious one. Oh, man. Should be a good one. What time is it? Okay, cool. We make good time. We'll make good time. So that gives plenty of time to scope some things out, man. You got the motocross, you know, the motocross baddies out there. And you're like, oh my god, I like motorsports. I like it. Oh my gosh. Who's the black race car driver? Who's the black dirt bike driver? I know, right? I know, right? I know nothing about nothing. Yeah. Oh man. Shoot. All right, folks, I'm out, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.